When we first start to play chess, one of the first things that we learn is value of the pieces. While bishops and knights are worth the same in points, sometimes there is exceptions. Bishops tend to perform better in open positions, and knights tend to perform better in closed positions. Some players like more bishops, and some players like knights better because knights are good in chaotic positions. In this video we are going to talk two examples when the bishop are better than the knight, and we are going to look about two examples when the knight are better than the bishops. We are going to talk about key concepts like schematic thinking, exploiting opponent's weaknesses, counterplay, passed pawns, famous zugzwang, and so on. We are going to talk about fixing pawns and setting up barriers. So let's see these examples. In our first example, you can see that mobility of these bishops are restricted by his own pawns, because his own pawns are on the light square and bishops are the light square also. So in the endgame, knight can be useful, and also king can be attacking piece. So for example, in this example, our king can go to the c5, and he can observe pressure on both sides of the board, on the flank and on the center. So let's see. We go up, and like we said, king is attacking pieces in the endgame, and black is trying to prevent white to go to the c5, but we are faster and we are going to the c5, and now this king is stuck defending this pawn and also this pawn, and we are going to fix our attention to the king side. We go with the knight, and we are gonna start taking things on the other side of the board. Black is, like we said, stuck, and we go here, and we are gonna attack this g7 pawn, and black start play g6 to prevent us. We go on h3, and with idea to go to g5 and take this h7 pawn, but black stop it with h6. We attack this pawn with knight to f4, and again black push forward. Now we go here, and our idea is to obtain this f6 square. We go on this f6 square as planned, and black plays bishop to f7. We go knight to g4, attacking this pawn, and this pawn must go up because he cannot be defended by the bishops. He plays h5. We go knight to e3, and we have bishop to g6, and now we are gonna fix this all pawns on the light square, as you see, and after exchange, all the pieces, all the pawns are on the light square, and bishops are light square also, so it is very tough to defend all of these pawns. This king is stuck, and we'll see if we can get to this f4 square with the knight, we can obtain pressure on the e6 and on h5. So let's see. Bishop go here because we would like to play here and here, so he prevents it, and we maneuvering to go to the f4. Our idea is to go to the f4. We have bishop to f3, we have knight to d2, bishop to e2, and now we go knight to b3, bishop to g4, and now we are taking this pawn, and black king cannot defend it, and bishop must stay on this diagonal. So he plays bishop to h3, but we go knight to e2 now, and after bishop to f5 we go to our perfect square, because we are attacking this pawn, and only way to defend this is with bishop to g4. But bishop is stuck to defend these two pawns. King is like goalkeeper, he must choose the size on the penalty where to go, in which side. So we play b4. It's like the waiting move, and we are gonna infiltrate, because bishop cannot move, king must move, and we infiltrate and pick up this pawn, and after king to c6 we are pick up this pawn, and we are winning this position. This is very instructive game. It shows us how knight can dominate the bishop. Our ideal square is to go to d5 with the knight, and we shall see how we can do that. We start with knight to c3, and for example, if now black king goes to the b6, we go to the d5 with the tempo, and after he capture our pawn, we capture this pawn, and actually this bishop would fall. So that is not good. And if this bishop move, we'll take in this pawn. So best move in this position for the black is to take our pawn. But we have this move as planned. We have this octopus knight, and this knight controls a lot of squares, almost all of the board. And I know what you're thinking. Why black cannot? Why black don't take this knight? If black take this knight, we have go to the promotion, and we are much faster than the black. He cannot catch us, and we are promoted to the queen. And like we see in this position, we are setting the barrier. Black cannot he cannot take our knight, he cannot go here, he cannot go here, and he cannot go here. So if he goes anywhere here, we are just gonna promote. So black king is completely stuck. Very beautiful stuff. He cannot take our knight, and like you see in this position, king is stuck, and but bishop are stuck also. If he plays here, we can fork the king and the bishop here, and if we go here again, we can fork king and bishop here. So only move is here, but that is bad move because we're gonna pick up this pawn and here, and black plays the best move, f4. And now like you see in this position, black is almost out of moves. If black is here, if there is black to play, he must push the pawns because he don't have any good moves with the bishop. If he go here, like we said, we're gonna fork him here. If he go here, we're gonna fork him here. If he go here, again fork here. He cannot play here because we're gonna take it with the pawn. But if he goes here, we have this fork here, and so on. So black don't have any good options. Now we must create the same position, but forced black to move, and we are gonna dance a little bit. He plays bishop to b1 because it is the only moves to go here, and practically waiting what we're gonna do. We go here, and he goes back. We go to the e1, and he goes to the b1. But now we go back to the d1. He go to the h7, and now we are fixing the same position with king to c1. But it is black turn to play, and now he cannot play here, and like we said, he don't have any good options with the king or the bishop, so he must push the pawns. He push this pawn first, but we're just gonna collect it. He goes to the b1 because he don't have any good squares. We're gonna pick up this pawn, and he goes back. We go to the e1, bishop to b1, king to d1, bishop to h7, and we have king to c1, again stopping this bishop to b1 move, and he have only one pawn push, which is f5, but after king to d2, black is out of moves. Like we said, he cannot go here. If he take our knight, we're gonna promote, and only other options are here, but we're gonna fork him here. And if he goes here, again we're gonna fork him here. So we're gonna win this endgame. It is a beautiful example how the knight can dominate the bishop. Like you see in this position, this is so-called octopus knight. This knight controls a lot of squares. 2, 4, 6, 8 squares in the center of the board. He is untouchable, so it is the beautiful stuff. To be fair, we are gonna look one example when our bishop are better than the knight. One of the key ideas in the endgame is to create the passed pawn. You can pause the video and find how the white can create the passed pawn. White to move and to create the passed pawn. He can create passed pawn with this move. He plays h4, and now we create the passed pawn. And black tried to stop it with the knight, and we play bishop to f5 and create the red carpet for this pawn. And black must take our pawn. And look, it looks like the white is blunder, because black forecasts with the knight, but it is our plan from the beginning. We go to the f2. Black is pick up this pawn, and now we have one move. With that move, the bishop completely dominates this black knight, and that move is bishop to e4, because black knight don't have anywhere to go, and he tries to activate his king to c7, but we are taking this knight, and only move is to knight to g6, but we are gonna take this knight, and we are gonna promote our queen and win this endgame. In this example, bishops are better than the knight. It is open position, and the bishop are completely dominate this knight. Knight don't have any good square. So we gonna play king to f6 and targeting the black kingside pawns. Black might play king to g7 and defend this infiltration. We have king to e5, and black must go with the knight. He must go back, because if he moves the king, we're gonna infiltrate. So he plays knight to e8. And we play bishop to e6. We have knight to f6, and we have b4, just advancing our pawns and fixing the queen side. We have knight to e8 because black can do anything better, and we have b5, and this a7 and b6 pawns are completely dominated and fixed with this white pawn. We have knight to f6, we have a4, knight to e8 back, bishop to f5, knight to f6, and we go with the king. We have knight to e8, and we have bishop to e4, knight to f6 again, bishop to f3, defend this g4 pawn. We have knight to g8. We have strong domination for the bishops against the knight. We have king to d6. We go after these kingside pawns. King to f6, king to c6, king to e7, king to b7. Go after these pawns as planned. King to d6, king to a7, king to c5. And now we play king to a6. And after knight to f6, we have bishop to c6 move. And again, this is a famous motif. These bishops are completely dominate this knight. Knight is on the dark square, and he must change colors, because when he plays, knights are changing the colors of the square. So you go to the light squares, but all light squares are taken. So we are sacrificing this pawn, but we have plan, and our plan is to promote one of these pawns. After a5, we have bishop to a5, and we have b6. Black can take this bishop, but we're gonna push, and after he goes here, we're gonna support this pawn and promote to the queen. So we have knight to e5. He attacked our bishop, and we go bishop to e8, and again, these bishops are completely dominated by the knight. We're gonna promote and win this endgame. Our pawn is much faster than the black pawn, and so on. I hope these studies can improve your game a little bit, and let me know in the comment section, do you prefer bishop or the knight? That's it for today. See you next video. Bye.